Okay, Megan. Once again, my name is Candace Higgins. I'm with the Nocturnal. How are you doing today?
Hey Candace, I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing fabulous. Where are
Yep.
you currently right now?
I'm currently in Los Angeles, California. How about yourself?
I'm in New York City, so it's a little bit
Oh,
rainy, but it's perfect to talk about this horror film.
ooh, by the way, I love New York City.
Give me a synopsis.
So yes, It Lives Inside is about a an Indian American teenager by the name of Sam, and she is desperate to fit in with sort of the American culture. And in the process of doing so, she, with her best friend, she unwittingly releases a terrible, very evil, demonic entity and now has to face her culture in order to try and confront and defeat this so-called demon.
So talk to us about your character, Samita.
Yes. So Samita, well, Sam and Samita, they're two different characters. They're the same person, but they're definitely two different personas. Samita is the version who is more in tune with her culture. She's more aware of it. She's more aligned with it. She's more proud of it. She's more connected to her culture. Sam is sort of the entity, the persona that she puts on in order to assimilate to being a high school teenager in suburban America. And so, yeah.
Was it difficult for you to play this character? How did you get inside her head? Or was it a pretty similar experience for you?
I would say it was a pretty similar experience. I think children of any type of immigrant, especially in the US, I would say there is this weird pressure to conform. And I think that's really a universal experience for any teenager, honestly. I think that all teenagers just want to, especially when you're in high school and it feels like it's this intense time and that everything it matters and everyone is paying attention to you and these emotions are heightened. But I think that in particularly relating to Sam and Samita's experience, that was something that Vishal Datta, who is the writer and director of this movie, we pretty from the get go really connected on, and for that reason, I think understanding the script was a lot. No, I wouldn't necessarily use the word easier, but it was a little bit more simpler because those experiences I had either lived through or I definitely had done the work to understand what that was like.
What was the main reason why you wanted to be a part of this production?
Well, the main reason before I even got to read the script was that it was a horror movie, and I'm a huge horror
Okay.
nerd. I've never seen, I've always wanted to be in a horror movie, and I would have been happy being the side character. That was the one time where I was like, "Hey, I will happily be the side character who gets killed off in the first 15 minutes if that means that I get to be in a horror movie." Okay,
I
so when
gotcha.
this,
I
yeah,
gotcha.
you know what I mean? So when this came along and it was for the lead of it, and we had this incredible, we had Neon behind it, we had QC who did Get Out. I mean, it just felt like, wait, is this real or is it just an idea? So it's very surreal to like be here now and just a few days out from our release.
What is your emotional response to this film, and how do you think others will respond to it as well?
I mean, I think my emotional response is a culmination of emotions that I've now just come to or recently came to terms with as an adult. So having Sam experience those emotions through the trajectory of like what 90 minutes or so is so powerful. And as far as with audiences, I think that the beauty of cinema is that it's so subjective. And so I mean, who am I to say what someone should feel when they watch a movie? As long as they feel something, whatever emotion it may be, even if it's a negative one, like that's still something that a movie helped elicit out of you. And if that's the emotion that you got, then hey man, like all the power to you. I'm just excited for people to finally see this piece of work that we've worked really hard on. And yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much for your time, Megan. Just so everyone will know, It Lives Inside will be released September 22nd.
Correct. Thanks, Candace.
So, Betty, How are you doing today?
Well, Candace, I'm great. I am enjoying the sunny LA. Sorry to rub that in, but it is nice and sunny here. How are you?
I'm doing well. I can't wait to talk to you about It Lives Inside. I absolutely love horror films, and this one really just hit the spot for me, especially it's coming out in September, right before October, which is the spooky season.
Yes.
Tell me about your character.
Well, she's a teacher, and she is this sort of confidant of the main character, Sam, who is doing fine until she's not. And the teacher being, you know, really great at her job is so compassionate and concerned. And she's primarily, interested in Tamara, who's Sam's ex-best friend, and wondering what's going on with her. So yeah, she really takes it to heart that these girls and they're also brown skinned girls. She really feels a sort of connection, I think, on that level, even though of different cultures. But yeah, she's a good-hearted, compassionate teacher.
How is your character different from the way you are, or similar in a sense?
Hmm. I mean, I don't think I could handle being a teenager or being a teacher to teenagers.
Yeah. A
Uh,
lot of energy. You have to have a lot of energy to, you know what I mean? Teenagers.
Yeah, like you
Drama.
scare me. Talk about horror movie.
There
Like
you
that's a
go.
horror movie. Like being a teacher, like walking into a classroom of high school teenagers. Ooh, yeah. I mean, but
A lot
I'm
of personality. It's where it all
yeah,
starts, really.
a lot of realness too. And I just sometimes don't know if I can handle all that realness and all that hormonal realness. Yeah, it's so yeah, I think that's where we differ. But
Gotcha. Yeah.
I respect people who do, and I respect teenagers. I think they're wonderful, they're a wonderful time of curiosity and expansion. So
Just to tie this all into like one big knot, what was your emotional response to this film, and how do you think the audience will feel too coming out of it?
I mean it's definitely a horror movie. It's definitely incredibly jarring and just really unsettling, which and also very captivating at certain moments. And there's just shots where I'm like, wow, I've never seen this before on screen. I've never seen this Indian American girl walking down the street in the rain. I just it's a profound image. And there's several of them. But yeah, the unsettling nature of being a brown face in a white place in a white neighborhood, it's that is appropriate, the horror of it.